Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming. I'm not going to give the official welcome because I'm going to leave that to Student Senate, but I did just want to take a second to express my gratitude and my pride for the group this year. I'm always proud of Student Senate. They do such a wonderful job, but I think they've done an outstanding job this year, and they've gone above and beyond. And it's really nice because Mary is the first third-year Student Senate member we've had, and Natasha is on her second full year, right? Yeah, so we have some longer standing Senate members. I think it's going to show through their presentations and the quality of the show you're going to see. So without further ado, I'll introduce our first Senate member.
Hello and welcome everyone to the annual Student Senate presentation. My name is Kimberly Alfaro Jimenez, and I'm a proud member of the Senate, as well as a soon-to-be graduate in the Public Policy program. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to all of you for joining us today. This year we are presenting in collaboration with the Student American Dental Hygienists Association, who will be sharing potential enhancements regarding the dental center. For this year's focus, we will be discussing potential enhancements to our residence halls and library, as well as exploring improvements to our sports facilities. We're excited to share our ideas and initiatives which aim to improve the overall student experience. It is my pleasure to introduce to you our Senate members: Natasha Moore as our president, Mariangeli Peralta as our vice president, Suhaila Griffin-Jones as our secretary, Alexander Rivets as our events coordinator, and me as your senator.
Hi. So the first topic we're going to be talking about is the residence hall in regards to the lounge. Updating the lounge can bring a lot of benefits for students, faculty, and visitors, and here are a few reasons why. Enhancing comfort. Upgrading the lounge can make the space more inviting and comfortable. Encouraging collaboration and socialization. The lounge serves as a hub for students to meet, connect, and work together. Improving aesthetics and atmosphere. The first impression matters, especially for future visitors and future Blue Jays. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. And then we asked a question: do you use the residence hall and the lounge? And 90% of students said yes, and 10% said no. We sent out a survey to residents who live on campus, and one of the questions were, what would you like to see in the lounge? We got responses like updating the furniture, more decoration, more card games and board games, karaoke, pool table, arcade games, vending machine that take Blue Jay bucks, a community console, new games because pieces are missing, current ones are lost, some lights like Christmas lights to make the lounge more comfortable. In addition to the first question, we also asked, do you use the lounge? We already talked about it, sorry. In addition to the second question, we also asked, what's your opinion on the storage space in the lounge? We got responses like, it's a little chaotic and disorganized, but I can find everything. I think the games are good, but they aren't organized. Some pieces are missing. It could be better. It needs to be maintained. People like to throw games around and lose pieces, but the selection is good. So here are current Manor pictures, the pictures in the lounge. As you can see, it looks very gloomy and boring. And here are future layouts for the lounge. So the first picture, we have a floating desk with high stool chairs. And then the second picture is the same current layout that's in the lounge now with hopefully new potential furniture. So in addition to the counter table and the high chairs, we would place it right where the museum door is at, right where the blue chairs are at. And hopefully adding a mirror like the one that's outside the elevator in the help hall to make the room feel much more vibrant. And here are some future furniture pieces. This couch stood out to us because it's easy to clean. We have some ideas for some high stool chairs and for the high stool tables with the chairs, as well as more storage for the gaming systems.
Gaming tables are back. Let's bring back the fun and games to our campus. We've scouted some great options and prices range from $200 to $1,600. These gaming tables are all multi-purpose with many games for students to enjoy. Taking the games in our lounge to the next level by bringing them outdoors with Amazon. Imagine being able to grab a friend, head outdoors, and enjoy games including cornhole, sports balls with pumps, badminton, and scoop ball. These games will be safely stored and locked away, but easily accessible by simply asking our awesome public safety team for access. The best part is, students will have a free way to socialize and unwind, so let's unlock the fun. So on here we have a variety of games, and I'd like to discuss the prices. So cornhole is $35.70. We have a variety of balls with pumps in case they ever go flat for $70.99. We have a 12-piece badminton set for $42.99, and we also have scoop ball for $32.99. And again, these are all from Amazon. According to our surveys, 50% of students utilize the computer room study space, and 50% of students do not use said study space. 22% of students said they use it 1 to 2 times a week, 11% of students say they use it 3 to 4 times a week, and some changes that we would like to see in this computer room are whiteboards with a variety of markers for studying and artistic purposes, 24/7 access to a better quality printer with more paper that students can access whenever they need, and finally, colored ink. So I'd like to give Mary the opportunity to talk more about some potential campus enhancements.
So we put out a survey, and we asked students, do you think it would be beneficial to have whiteboards to study on in campus? And out of the 41 responses we got, 92.7 said yes, and 7.3 said no. It would be beneficial to have these whiteboards for students to study for self-studying, tutoring, and study groups. And then on Amazon, they do have a pack. It was $35.99. The second question we asked is, would you reserve a classroom to study if that was an option here at Manor? And 56.1 said yes, 36.6 said no. Well, maybe. And we talked to registrar, and that is an option for students. I never knew this was an option. If I knew this was an option my freshman year, I would have taken advantage to have study groups. So I feel like promoting it more for students is a good thing. Making flyers or sending out emails. And just making sure that the student is aware if there's a classroom in that moment, making sure you know what time the class ends and what time the class starts, and just making sure that it's available. Now on to Natasha and Alex.
Next, we'll be talking about our athletics. Why should we update our gym? Our gym has been experiencing leaks from the windows, causing damages to our wood floor. Our gym is very important to us as it hosts sports such as basketball and volleyball, hosts school events like career fairs, and hosts presentations for student orientation and student awards. The cost for the windows would vary depending on what kind of windows we get. Vinyl will cost around $15 per square foot, aluminum around $20 per square foot, and tempered $25 per square foot. And for labor, it'll cost around $100 to $300 per window. Here's a picture of our wooden floor. The wood has become uneven and moldy because of the damage and needs constant repairs if we do not fix the windows. And our last repair costed $5,000 to fix. We would like to also have an athletic trainer come to our, have a full-time athletic trainer for our athletes. It'll be a major benefit for them as they will be able to build a relationship with that athlete and get to know their health and know what is best for them. It would also allow that athletic trainer to come to practices. Will make it much safer in case there's an injury. The median cost for an athletic trainer is around $57,930 per year. As of now, we hire trainers from a company called Go for Ellis. One of the issues that we have faced with that company is that for one game last fall, we actually had a cancellation, so for that game, there was no athletic trainer, and that would have been pretty bad if there was an injury and no one could get treated. The cost for that company is $50 per hour plus fees.
The current condition of the soccer field. The soccer field has holes, uneven surfaces, and drainage issues making it unsafe. The poor conditions affect player performance, increase injury risk, and discourage participation. The soccer field currently has crabgrass, which is an invasive weed that negatively impacts the playing surface. Crabgrass spreads quickly, making the field uneven, patchy, and difficult for players to maneuver safely. This type of grass is not durable for sports, increasing injury risk due to poor traction and surface irregularities. We surveyed students and we asked, if you are a member of the soccer team at Manor College, how do you feel about the current condition of the soccer field? 35.5% of respondents rated the field as poor, and only 9.7% of respondents rated the field as excellent. We also asked students, do you believe the soccer field is safe for players? And 45.2% believe the field is unsafe for players. Player testimonials. The field is pretty terrible and needs some upgrades. The grass is patchy, making it hard to play. The field is uneven and messy. Fixing drainage would help avoid muddy spots. I slipped down the hill trying to catch the ball, and I scraped my knee horribly. Proposed solution 1, artificial turf. Here is a picture of our competitors, Brent Akron. Benefits of adding an artificial turf would be it will eliminate uneven surfaces and holes, it will reduce maintenance costs, and will provide year-round usability, and we can rent the field to nearby schools and clubs. The estimated cost will be $750,000. Proposed solution 2, here's a picture of what our field could look like if we were to resurface the field and fix and add a drainage system. With the current landscaping company that we currently use, Joe Dischler's Landscaping, they could scrape off about 6 inches off the field, reseed with high quality grass, and Manor would just need to provide an irrigation system. The estimated cost of that is $75,000 to $85,000. The current issue with the seeding is there are no proper pathways leading to muddy or unsafe walkways. The lack of stable seating for spectators, and the solution for that could be installing a cement slab right before the field to help improve accessibility. And why upgrading the soccer field is important. Our men's soccer team competes at a national and championship level, representing the college in higher level competitions. Our women's soccer team won for the first time in 8 years, marking historic achievement and showing program growth. Updating the field can help with recruitment and college reputation. A high-quality field attracts talented student athletes, improves Manor's ability to host tournaments and home games, increasing visibility, and creates a positive impression for prospective students. And repairing the field can reduce manual labor and ensures durability and decreases recruitment expenses. Thank you. We appreciate your time and attention. Now we will open the floor up for questions.
Anyone have questions?
Hello? Is it on?
No, but we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm pretty loud. The soccer field improvements, how would we be funding this? Do you have any idea? Would we run a fundraiser or some kind of donations?
That's a good question. Alex and I did talk to Tom Sims in the advancement office, and we were looking at grants. There could be some grants to help update the soccer field, but we haven't found one where that pertains to the current region that we're in. But we have been looking at different
I
grants.
mean, I think it's very important that we improve our soccer field.
I agree.
What's Amazon? What do you guys think is the most pressing? You might have said if I came in a little bit late, but what do you think is most pressing, and also what do you believe is most realistic or easily achievable, quickly achievable goal?
That's a good question. I feel like the students at Manor, they all deserve the best, so it is hard to say what is more important. The most realistic, I would say definitely updating the lounge and the dorms.
Well, that was my question. I was going to ask you to prioritize what you think was most important down to least important. I don't think you want to call anything least important. But if you were going to do one, what would you want to make sure got done? And you said that's harsh too. I wouldn't want to answer the question either. But
So a few years ago, it was probably closer to when I first got here, which would have been about 10 years ago, I bought a, a foosball table one year, and then a air hockey table another year. And then after that, I think we got a ping pong table, but I don't know whatever happened with that. It never, did it break at its inception or something? Yeah?
Yeah.
You put it together and it came apart or something like that?
No, somebody was in there and they were playing real intense and they got angry.
And that's the story of the other two as well, is that some students got too intense, and one day I walked in, it was maybe 3 weeks after I got us the air hockey table, and there was a giant gaping hole in the center of the table. And then with the foosball, I forget what happened with it, but I think that the handles got ripped out or something. So, knowing that we want our students to use, we're willing to acquire these kinds of things and put them in there, but what's the pathway to ensuring that they're going to be used responsibly? For whoever wants to answer.
So our plan was to keep it with security, and when students do want to use certain items, they can go up to security, sign in, and then grab whatever they need. That was our
So
plan.
maybe
Keep it tracked.
air hockey
Mhm.
stuff, the handles and stuff away from
Mhm.
the tables.
We're thinking about keeping it locked in an area, and then if they do need it, have security open it up for them. Keep track of who's grabbing what
Mhm.
and how much of what. Any other questions?
Well, that was very good. Thank you very much. And can you make sure that the administrators in the room get copied on both presentations so that we can make sure that we pine through it and think about the things that we can do